So, what I want to focus on is not just defense, not getting hit, but using our defense to set up our Swai Jiao. So, if he picks up his left elbow to hit me in the side of the head with the left foot, coming along there, right? First I have just shield. Nothing else, you know, I don't get hit in the head. Some people who will remain nameless won't shield, they'll do insert, which is, we're talking about the blade of the arm. So it's also that kind of, I'm looking at the mirror, showing the mirror thing. I'm turning the hand out. Right? So two things are happening. I'm kind of hitting them with the edge of my arm, and I'm also kind of pushing the punch out, which creates space. So if he goes and I shield, pretty much I'm surviving. But if I insert, I have more opportunities. And again, that stepping on the X thing, I don't want to step forward, because if I step forward, there's nothing. I can't step through him. But let's say I do the insert and I step here. Insert, step, reach. We're going to do everything on this side of the V, and then we'll do everything on this side of the V, and a lot of them will be the same, but we'll just see it in different contexts. But let's say I do the insert and I step here, right, to the 45, to the V part, the angle, and I reach for the neck. So this is neck mounting. Shield, and then insert, step, and grip. Now, you're going to still pull, remember we did this, right? And if you pull the arm and pull the head, most of the time, that foot's going to come forward. So then you block that foot. I don't know if you can see from this side. So, I shield, I insert, I step. Grab the back of the neck. Not only the neck though, but the arm. See how that makes him step? But if I block it, as I do that, he's going to curl up and fall down. Now, if I can't get that leg, sometimes it doesn't happen. The referee must kick the other leg too. So, insert, step, reach. And remember this thing with the foot? We did it with the elbow locking too.
Yes.
Right? And we'll get the elbow locking too. Right now we're going to do neck mounting with this T. So this would be Mabo T. Mabo being mopping the neck, and T, sweep. Insert coming. Remember, the secret to neck mounting is it's not just pulling the neck, it's not just pushing the arm. It's when you do it both together that they move. Bless you. All right? Bless. See, that's not going to do it. This is not going to do it. But you do it both together and they move. Now, obviously, though, let's not forget the street fighting. So he does the same thing. Boom, and I step. I can fake this, but then go right into the knee. Right? Or knee to the body. So we want to also keep that in mind, which is insert, step for the neck mounting, and then bring the knee straight up. All right? It's the same thing. We're just not, you're going to fake instead of actually pull them into the neck mounting sweep and then throw the knee. Since you're reaching with the left, it's the left.
That's quick question. So with the knee, sometimes I'll be going for the more the top of the head.
This is, we're still doing it. You can grab for a knee with either the top of the head or the back of the neck. This one's the back of the neck. So in other words, the reason to do this is if I grab the top of your head, you know I'm kneeing you. If I grab the back of your neck, you don't know whether I'm throwing you or kneeing you. Oops, sorry. Hit it. Oh, hit it. Okay. So I go here. Don't go straight. Go here. And then come underneath. Elbow locking. So we already know what happens when you do elbow locking, right? They want to come forward, so then you sweep.
Oh, no, I'm falling.
So, again, like I said, shield, then insert. The insert, and when you step, you see how it kind of straightens out his arm? Beautiful, you go right here. Right? And he's gonna wanna walk forward, so I'm gonna block. He can't walk forward. Right? We basically did this already. We did it without gloves, but get used to doing it with gloves. And we did it as, like, you know, remember, he went to grab you and you did the mirror hand. This is kind of a mirror hand, remember? It's an insert block. But because we have gloves on, he's gonna really throw a better punch at you, so you're gonna get used to not blocking like a little timid reach, but a real punch. The reason to wear gloves is most people will not, just human nature, really take a big swing at you very much. And they're worried about hurting their hands. Whereas if they were gloves, they'll take a bigger swing at you. So you get more used to actually dealing with something that's more realistic than just touch. Okay? Insert, step to that angle, elbow locking, and remember, so the rear foot comes forward onto that north-south line. Right, remember I did this? Yes. So here, right, and I said it's like when you do bottom. So I want to reframe this so that we can remember where we are and what's going on. Shuai Jiao with the jacket is a basis, but then when we have to apply it for free fighting, we have to think about the punches, so we put the gloves on. But nothing we're doing with the gloves on should be different. So remember when we were doing earlier today, elbow locking, it was look at the mirror, show the mirror. So since from kickboxing structure, which we do for free fighting, the hook is coming on this side, so it's this hand. Remember when I said, you look, you show, and then you come under, and then we came here? We'll get to the other side too, when we did this side, but that's gonna be the overhand. And I already said, we're gonna do everything on this side of the V, and then we'll do everything on this side of the V, and a lot of them will be the same, but we'll just see it in different contexts. But when I insert, it's the same as the mirror hand, because I'm looking and turning out using the blade. So, something we've done in the past, but we didn't do this weekend, was diagonal striking, which is I look, I show, and I take my hand and I come here to hit the shoulder. And usually that's used to set up that reaping sweep, the long one. We did the short one when we did the neck defense. Remember the choke defense? We turned and we did the little short one. And I said for free fighting, we tend to use the long one. So again, if we had jackets on and we were doing more classical kind of Shuai Jiao, look at the mirror, show the mirror, diagonal striking. Look at the mirror, show the mirror. And again, I can do both sides, but right now we're doing everything on this side. So I'm going to my right. Left hand comes straight. And again, it's okay. If I was in my jacket and I was doing, like classical Shuai Jiao against the punch, it would look like this, and like this, and then like I said, this is usually used as a setup for the sweep. Okay? So again, I look, when the punch comes, I look, I show it, I hit here to unbalance him, and then I step behind and I throw. Just throw the hook. Hook. That's my mirror hand. My mirror hand steps out. I'm not reaching here, I'm not reaching here. I'm hitting here. And then I'm going into the sweep. On this side. Here, for free fighting, you can also do this thing called foam, which is I have my hand on his shoulder, and I'm going to turn my elbow so that my forearm goes into his head, into his throat. And then when I step back. Okay, so the one thing about what we were just doing, which was the diagonal strike into Chie, the sweeping sweep. Some people were like, well, they're not letting me push them back because they're pushing forward. Well, what was the technique you did before that? Which is that if they don't want to be pushed back and they go forward, you just change from pushing them back to net mounting, right? You can't be stable in every direction. You can't close every door.